Welcome into your Tuesday Sports Page. I'm Monica McNutt. Thanks for joining me, and we'll kick things off with Bowie State football. The Bulldogs wrapped up their season over the weekend, topping Elizabeth City State University 30-21 on the road. With that victory, their season is now over, and they finished 5-5 overall, 3-4 in conference play. Despite the season's ups and downs, the Bulldogs are pleased with the finish. The Bowie State Bulldogs' schedule was front-loaded. Head coach Damon Wilson knew that going in. They faced the CIAA's perennial powers early on, but since they've been able to rattle off 3 straight wins to finish out their season.
Anytime you get that taste of winning in your system, you want it more and more, and I think that's where the guys are right now. And they understand we're not playing a championship game, but we're able to finish 500 and end the season on a 3-game winning streak, and that's a very, that's a good thing, and it's something to go into the offseason and be very excited about.
The Bulldogs will lose 15 seniors to graduation, including quarterback Jared Johnston.
It's just good to go out and, as a winner and finish up 500. So that's the good thing about it.
You're saying going into the off season, but for you, it's the off season forever. What's next?
I don't know. I know I just gotta finish up and graduate school. I'm on pace to graduate in May or December. So, but when I say for the off season, I mean the young guys. So, looking out for them, making sure they come back and they're ready for next season.
As with life, timing is everything.
At the beginning of the season, we had people out, so it kind of took us a while to get to gel as a unit, and now I feel like we're really hitting our stride, and it kind of sucks that it's the end of the year. I feel like now, any team that we played, I feel like we honestly dominated.
This season, the Bulldogs broke 5 different school records, including 2 over the weekend, in kick return yards and pass completions. Now, in high school football, some seasons ended over the weekend for some teams, and others were extended. Wise manhandled Flowers at home on Senior Day on Saturday. They shut the Jags out 25-0. So Wise punched their ticket into the playoffs and ended some hopes for some other teams. But this is how the brackets will shake out now. In the 4A South, Suitland will host 4th-seeded Flowers, and number 2 Duval will host number 3 Wise. The 2A matchup pairs Gwynn Park against number 3 Douglas, and that game will be at Gwynn Park. All the games start at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Forestville and Surrattsville will be in action against non-county opponents on Saturday, but if they both win, it could set up another county clash. In girls volleyball, top-seeded Bowie was taken down by High Point in a major regional upset. Let's take it back and show you what happened. This is the last set of that match on Friday night. The Eagles were on top of the Bulldogs and only took 3 sets to solve this one. Earlier this season, they lost in a sweep to the Bulldogs, but tonight, or Friday night that is, they returned the favor. This play coming up is for all the marbles. Watch it. The kill shot. High Point wins. They're moving on to the regional championship. The celebration ensues. You gotta love it. Here's head coach Shirley Diggs after the game.
First game, I think, set them off, and because we won the first game, I think that helped motivate the girls to know that they can beat them. And that's been the hardest thing is, when they hear Bowie and they hear Roosevelt, they get so nervous and uptight, and so I think the first game helped them. One of the things we have to work on so much is serve receive, and we concentrate, and serve receive is very tough for my girls, and so we work on that a lot.
The Eagles will now move to the regional championship, which will take place at Ritchie Coliseum tomorrow night at the University of Maryland. They will play Dulaney High School out of Baltimore County. In news and notes, over the weekend, Miami Dolphins lineman Richie Incognito spoke about the turmoil surrounding the Dolphins locker room. Since this story has not only made national headlines, but also forced conversations about bullying, we asked Bowie State football head coach Damon Wilson for his thoughts.
I think it's a very unfortunate situation, and I'm not in their locker room, but that is in today's time, you have to be very careful and delicate with how you handle one another in the locker room. Sometimes, you also have the freshman or the young guy hazing and all that good stuff, which is all in fun, but it looks like it maybe got a little carried away in Miami.
What do you think could have been done to prevent this situation?
It all boils down to the leaders in the locker room. Someone has to step up, and if they see something getting out of hand, they have to stop it right then and there. That's the same thing at the college level. You're counting on your leaders to really step up and stop things from getting out of hand. Because as a coach, it's your ball club, but you're not in the locker room with those guys. So you're hoping you have some veteran leadership to stop anything from getting out of hand.
More details will likely come out about this situation as the investigation continues. But on the home front, the Caps host the Blue Jackets tonight and the Wizards are in Dallas tomorrow. I'm Monica McNutt, and that's your CTV Sports Page.
So back to the Miami Dolphins. What do you think the outcome of all of this is going to be?
Patty, I think neither one of those guys play football again, honestly. And Martin has recently said this weekend that he'd like to come back. But as a teammate, who wants somebody who takes our business out of the locker room in the locker room? And then incognito, a GM can't condone bullying. So, I mean, they're both in very tricky situations.
So they may be looking for a new career, huh?
It just might be.
All right. Thanks, Monica.